Life, a thing we all live with. In this thing we all live with, there are things we ought to strive for. In this next school assignment, which is the sole design of my YouTube channel and nothing further, I will be describing the ethical code that I try to live my life by and uphold. There exists a hedonistic ethical point of view that just about sums it all up. It was created by philosopher Jeremy Bentham. Jeremy Bentham was a legal reformer, moral philosopher, and Benjamin Franklin doppelganger. He is the founder of what is called utilitarianism. This can be defined as a theory where the aim of an action should be the largest possible balance of pleasure over pain, or the greatest happiness of the greatest number. Or, in other words, the actions we perform ought to maximize happiness and the well being of all who are affected by those actions. Or you could call it the greatest happiness principle. So then, what actions can I do that bring about the greatest happiness for the greatest number of people that are in my life? It is this central idea that leads my ethical code to bring the most good. Or, in the simplest of forms, what can I do that would just make people happy? Let's get started. Bringing happiness through jokes is a pretty easy way to make that happen. Those who know me in my life will probably say I can't go more than 5 minutes without having something ridiculous to say. Is it always funny? No, God no. Maybe like half the time they're good. The majority of them I just keep in my head because I know how dumb they are, but I try. I do try. You'll probably see in this video the many attempts of humor that I try to make, and maybe, just maybe, you'll laugh out loud, or maybe like smirk a little bit, or snort air out of your nose. I don't know. Odds are, if I can get you to laugh like 3 out of 10 times, that's kind of my perfect ratio there. That's where I exist, right in that range, 3 out of 10. In an effort to bring happiness, it's hard to find somebody who doesn't feel happy when they're laughing. I don't really have a good transition from my next point. Boo! I hit the microphone. That was stupid. That one should have stayed in my head. It's nice to do nice things, ain't it? As the saying slash commandment goes, treat others how you want to be treated. A long time ago, at a different place than where I live now, there is this section of my house that was pointed like perfectly towards this like busy street that basically made it like really nice if you wanted to present something to sell, like a car. Now, I don't know any legalities or anything that existed with putting someone else's like car on your property and trying to sell it, but that was a thing that sort of happened. So we had this neighbor who was like right across the street from us, who came over and asked us if they could put their car in that spot so that they could sell it, because it was prime real estate, let me tell you. And this wasn't a neighbor that we were, particularly friends with, but really not friends with, just basic neighbor stuff. If I see you while I'm going in or you're coming out, we're waving, hey, how's the kids? I don't know. I only ever saw like one guy and one girl, but it seemed like there was like 10 people that lived in the house. I don't know. I don't judge. So anyways, they came over trying to see if they could sell the car in that spot. Of course, my mother was quite reluctant to go through with such a deal, which understandable. Like I said, we don't know them a whole lot, and putting just any part of your property on my property, well, it's understandable to be reluctant. But also at the same time, it's a pretty easy thing to do. Just drive it around and park it and see what happens. The main reason she was kind of reserved on wanting to go through with this was the idea that they never did anything for us, so why should we do something just for them? And that was the part that kind of struck out to me. So I tell that story to get to this important idea about how it's always good to be willing to take that first step towards kindness. Don't wait around for people to do nice things for you when you can just do nice things for them. And maybe you don't always expect something in return, even though we did get something in return, besides any, payment and stuff. They did give us like eggs because they raised chickens, even though we were like in the middle of like a large city, but they had chickens. And pretty good eggs. Do I have other stories that I probably could have told instead to get to that point? Probably. I'm really bad at remembering stuff. I probably misremembered some of those details, but I do remember there being the car and several cars actually. They had quite a few cars. I think they sold like 2 or 3 actually. And they gave us a lot of eggs. So many eggs over the years. Am I just trying to extend this to the 10 minutes that I need this video to be? Maybe just a little bit. On to the next thing though. Letterkenny. For fellow fans of the show, you know how quotable just about every other line is. And there's a fairly frequent one that just about sums up this next point. When a friend asks for help, you help them. Just like the men and women of Letterkenny, I try to be there for my friends. With anything my friends need assistance with, I try to always be willing to help. Most likely, unless I'm actually preoccupied with something else, I won't respond with something like, buddy, you need me tomorrow? I don't know. I think I see some robbers outside my window, and I think my sister's on fire. I don't know, man. I gotta go. Let's go. My answer is usually more along the lines of, what's that? Tomorrow? What do I always say? If you need me, you got me. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to be that lifeline call for a homie who's on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Let me be that friend that you call when you gotta move a couch. And should you need assistance at an undisclosed location in the middle of the night to dig a really big hole for reasons you seem pretty freaked out by and are refusing to tell me, I'll be sure to bring my own gloves. Speaking of helping people, I'm gonna help myself to some snacks real quick. I'm gonna take a break and head on down to the store, so we can pause this for now.
And speed. Oh. Oh, dearie.
Are you gonna help out my guy, or you're just gonna watch the show? I feel like there's a lesson in this. You know, it's like that scene, you know, I feel like we've all been through. You know, maybe it's a guy who just dropped a bunch of papers all over the place, or you see somebody approaching a door you just went through from very far away, or like literally anything old ladies do. They need help with a lot of things, like reaching that top shelf. Even though they're clearly the same boxes of the cereal she's reaching for, just below it, definitely within reach, but I don't know, maybe she knows something that I don't know. I'm gonna give her the benefit of that doubt. Now, I may not be the tallest guy, but you know, I feel like I've got a long enough wingspan. I mean, look at these things. Like a pterodactyl or something. You know, without the... what? I don't know. Anyways, this brings me to my next point. If you think you can help, then you probably should help. And if you think you should help, then you probably should just do it. I try to extend that helping hand not just to friends, but anyone that I see who is in need. It's those small actions of kindness that could turn a person's whole day around. Whatever little bit I can do to ease some stress off of those around me, I'll happily do so. Oh yeah, right. I should get over there. I'm coming. Hold on. What do you know about this cereal? I'd say that about sums it up. Hope you enjoyed this and it gave a little more insight into who I am as a person and what I try to do with my life. Hopefully my professor enjoyed this video, who was the only person that was supposed to watch this. To anyone else that happens to find this video, hi. How did you get here? Nice to see you. How was your day? Hope it was good. Hope you enjoy it. And to those like in my friends and family who I probably showed this video to on purpose, hey, hope things are still going well. I'm pretty sure the last time we talked things were good, and if they weren't, I hope they got better. See, even in this, we can spread a little more kindness and a little more good out into the world. So I ask you to also be willing to take that first step to being kind to somebody else in any way, shape, or form that you might be able to. All right, take care. Bye now. Bye. It's over. It's gone. You can go ahead and skedaddle. Hopefully this is 10 minutes by now. Otherwise, I'm just gonna keep doing this.